The time. Making Africa a tech continent. Come on, you can do it better. Making Africa a tech continent. Making Africa a tech continent. Come on, put your hands together for yourself as you take your seat. All right, come on. You can celebrate yourself better than that. All right. Thank you. The energy upon with which we have started is that you will be lively today. You agree with me, right? All right. So I quickly want to recognize that some of the principal staff of this great citadel of learning are seated here this morning. The president of SQI College of ICT, Dr. Adeyemi Aderinto, is here. I want you to jam your hands together, please. Mrs. G.D. Aderinto, the registrar of the school, is right here in our midst this morning. I want you to celebrate her, please. And we do also have our HOD of the data science department, Mr. Yemi Ujo, this morning. Can we please jam our hands together? This great citadel of learning admission officer is also in our midst. Mr. Timothy is here. Can we jam our hands together, please? And I am very, very happy to recognize every other highly valued colleague that are seated here this morning. Can we please, everybody hearing my voice this morning, celebrate yourself for being here? All right, thank you very kindly. I have been here in January. Can you wave your hand? I was at MindTalk in January. Wonderful. Can we celebrate these people, please? February. Wow. March. Wow. Don't be shy, please. April. Wonderful. May. Good. Impressive. Okay, June, July, August, you are there. Good. And today, September, you are here. I have picked what I want to pick. Today, this month is September, right? So I am not saying, are you here in September and you are looking at me like that? Come on. Somebody might be asking me, what is MindTalk all about? I fully understand that there are a whole lot of people, every new mindset, MindTalk, that, it's their first time of joining us the second Monday when we gather like this to talk about stuff. They will say, okay, I think I am coming to school today just to enter class and start learning. Fine. Believe you me, what we are doing here is also learning. So you will ask me, what is MindTalk? As the name implies, this is where we sit. It's a gathering of reasoning. This is where SQI as a community, gives back to the community at large, to the mother community at large that we are a subsystem of, and that is our way of preparing you for an holistic success. What do I call it? Meaning success that touches all the aspects of your life, your soul, body, and mind. Is that okay now? It is discovered from time past that what you really need to make the good success that you aim, that everybody want to, make, that brings them to SQI, is much more than the technical skills that you are here to learn. You don't get what I'm saying? What you need to really succeed outside there in the very, very brutal world is much more than knowing how to code, knowing how to make some design, knowing how to analyze some data. It is much more than that. You need a concrete and solid character. What do I call it? So this event aims to address that, because these are talks that we cannot compact and put successfully within your academic curriculum. We have to earmark a special kind of event like this, and hence that is what bettered MindTalk. So at this moment, I want you to jam your hands together for everybody in one way or the other involved in organizing MindTalk this morning. Can you jam your hands together, please? And of course, I also recognize the coordinator of Mind Talk, Miss Mercy Ajibade, here in absentia, but with us in body, mind, and spirit over there at Oshogbo. All right, thank you very kindly. I welcome you once again, all people from our various campuses and everyone that must join us every second Monday of every month. I recently discovered that there are some salient members of our alumni body that they will not just talk, they are always with us too. We recognize you this morning and we really appreciate it. Thank you very kindly. All right. Making Africa a tech continent. These people have not hit in this morning. Making Africa a pool of tech talent. All right, thank you. Get used to that slogan. All right, at this moment, I want you to put your hands together in such a resounding manner for Mr. Alamu Oluwapelumi as he ushers us into the book review of the month. Come on, come on. Come. Is that how you celebrate SQI? Come on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. All right, so very quickly, we want to go through the book review. Last month, we agreed to read the book, Why Nations Fail. So we picked the book last month, and then it has a total of 15 chapters. And then we decided that last month, we are going to read 5 chapters, and then this month, we are going to read another 5, and then the following month, we are going to read 5. So that makes it 15 chapters in whole. So I hope everything is fine. So before I continue, I want to bring again to a reminder that every Friday of the month, every Friday, 8 p.m. every Friday, we meet, online to discuss about the book we are reading that month. So that gives us a space to have an extensive period of communication, of deliberation and discussion on whichever book we are reading. So what happens most times when we come to Mind Talk here, we do not have enough time to fully discuss about the book and talk about everything. So it is not as though we are not willing to have a proper discussion on the book, but there's a space that there's a time that has been allocated for that. There's a time that has been allocated for that already, and that happens every Friday, 8 p.m. Are we together now? So every Friday, 8 p.m., we meet on WhatsApp to discuss everything about the book, and then progressively, when we come here, we just have a brief discussion on the book that we've agreed to read. All right. So Why Nations Fail, written by James A. Robinson and Darren. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this name very well. Esmoglu or so. That's the way I found it. And then discuss about the origins of power, prosperity, and poverty. And what these two authors, what they sought to do was to compare and look at different nations, the poor nations, the rich nations, the so-called prosperous nations, and the broke ones, and they try to check and see what are the things that make for the prosperity of the big nations, and what are the things that make for the seemingly poverty, the poverty that seeks to ravish many nations. We look at many nations of the world, and then there are things that we begin to consider, okay, why is a country like Nigeria with so much resources, with everything that we have, why is it that we have resources, but then the way it is allocated, the way it is managed, most people, the average citizen, do not have enough resources at hand. The average citizen do not have enough allocation given to him. And then these are some of the things that the writers seek to consider, and why many people argue that the reason why some nations are poor and the reason why some nations are rich is because of their geographical location, because of their cultural background, or because of the mindset that they have. These authors arrived at the point, and they were like, it is not only because of the cultural background, it is not only because of the location. Those things might not necessarily be the disadvantage that these poor countries have. If you look at a nation like North Korea and South Korea that are directly beside each other, it was also mentioned in this book. A couple of examples were given. A nation like North Korea and South Korea that are directly beside each other, the level of maybe the GDP, the economic experience that they have in those countries are far apart, a lot of differences. So those countries are in the same geographical location. So we cannot say that because we can't say the reason why their economy is like that is because of the geographical location. And I'm going to explain why, as a community like this, this is a tech community, and we might be wondering, why is it that we are reading a book like this? What do we have to do with why nations fail? We are not politicians, we are not economists, so why do we study stuff like this? I'm going to get there very shortly. So there are things outside of the geographical location of a country. There are things outside of the cultural background of a country that affects the economy of a nation. Are we together? So one of the things that they arrived at that affect the economy of a nation are the political systems. There are so many, quite a number of reasons that were given, but because of the want of time, I will not be able to delve into all of that. So one of the main reasons is because of the political decisions that they made. And there was this quote that one of these men wrote, one of the authors wrote, he said, poor countries are poor because those who have power make choices that create poverty. Poor countries are poor because those who have power make choices that create poverty. So the destiny of those nations are lying in the hands of the people that have power with them. The destiny of those nations are lying with people that sit on the places of authority, that are the one that make decisions. And most times, the decisions that they make that now come to affect the way the economy of the nation will eventually turn out. And the economy doesn't just affect, just few persons, it affects everybody. Even though there are some persons that, sit on the national treasure and have everything that they want to have. And the unfortunate thing is, it's now becoming a norm, such that everybody, for example, Nigeria, are now like, okay, since the leaders have decided to make bad decisions, decisions that do not support the citizens of the country, decisions that only support them, what we are going to do is, by the time we also get to that place, we're also going to find a way to also there's this common saying that I also want to take part of the national cake. So when everybody says, Ijoba or something, you'll be like, oh, it's now time for you. You are so lucky. God has helped you to now be able to find your own spot and, bring your big knife and your big plate and pack out of the national cake. And that's not supposed to be so. And that is one of the reasons why we are reading this book together as a tech community. Now, we do not know, because what the SQI is doing is a lot. We can't presume. I think it was the last MindTalk that director was speaking about I think the owner of CarryWise or the founder of CarryWise, maybe one of the founders or the founder of CarryWise, and that he started at SQI. There are so many people that are doing great things now that all started at SQI. And as at that time when they were students of SQI, you could not predict that, okay, this is where this person is going to be. You could not predict that this is what this person is going to be doing eventually in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years. So we cannot tell. There's this verse of scripture that says, now we know man after the flesh. Just like you cannot judge a man the way it is now. There's this saying also that you do not judge a book by its cover. So the way I'm looking at you now, I can't tell where you'll be in the next 10 years. The way I'm looking at Nifemi now, I can't tell where you'll be in the next 15 years. We cannot tell. Maybe one of us here will be, or many of us here will be in places of authority. So when you get to that place of authority, so that you know now begin to make bad decisions, is one of the reasons why we are reading this book. And then another reason is because whatever it is that you are going to be building, whatever it is that we are going to be doing, as SQI people, what we are learning as SQI, as a community, many of us are into building, stuffs. We are into building web, we are into building applications, we are into majorly just providing solutions to the problems of men. Am I right? So what we are doing is we are working together to provide solutions for people. So all of the courses you are taking, UI, UX, software engineering, data science, whatever it is that you are doing, everything is to the end that you are providing a solution for somebody somewhere. When I was taking UI UX, there was a time I was taking UI UX, and one of the things that they told us in, the UX part, user experience, they were telling us how that once you start building apps, and most times, because I sit here, I hear most of the software engineering classes that they have, and it's always so interesting. Sometimes I'm wondering, I think I have to come and sit down, but maybe not now, I don't know. So whenever they're having their discussions, you hear them talking about, oh, think about the user. Would the user be able to do this? Would the user be able to do that? When you are building, when you are designing, would the user be able to see this? And not even just software and UI UX. I've seen the graphics guys, Mr. Green or talk about stuff like that. So when they design these things, there are a lot of review that goes on. Oh, change where the logo is, change where the date is. So that whenever you present these things to users, there's a way they are going to there's a way it's going to help and solve problems. Are we together now? Now, all of those problems that are going to be solving, they might not scale up. They might not eventually fly. Just like director and L'Oreal were having discussion last month. And then they were talking about this app that was launched, I think CarryWise, I'm not sure. But the one that was used in Lagos State. Now, even though many states we are in a nation, now, and then the people that have created that software must have gone to, or maybe not, but there are more than one state. It is not just Lagos State that we have in Nigeria that could have implemented that app, that software. There are many countries, there are many states that could have made use of that software, but the only place where that software is thriving majorly is in Lagos State. Why? Because somebody somewhere said that, okay, this thing can be good, and then implemented a policy that will favor that software. Are we together? So whatever it is that you are creating now, whatever it is that you are making now, eventually might not fly, might not scale if you don't come to understand some of these things that are written in this book. There are many things, but we don't have time. I'm so sorry, we don't have time. We would have discussed them. So all of these things now would either help you if you become somebody that has a position of authority, if you eventually get somewhere and then be in a position of authority, or if you are building anything, whatever it is that you are building will not be in that. Many reasons why most people japa, many reasons why most people leave is because the policies that are made in Nigeria, the policies that are made in poor countries are not favorable. So it is not as though the skill set is not there, it is not as though the intelligence is not there, but because we do not have favorable conditions, we do not have favorable policies, we do not have favorable economy to make these things right, to make most people go out, they leave the country. It was the director that was talking about something about Google. He was saying this, and I hope I get it right. He was saying that many Nigerian persons, many people from Africa work for the big organizations like Google, and many of them are just there. Like many of them are the ones behind the big technology, the big softwares. Are we together? There are many of the Nigerian persons, many of the African persons, many people from poor continent, as it were, are sitting in those big offices, are sitting in those big organizations, and are pushing so much, are able to see that the problems of people are being solved. Many of the applications, many of the softwares that people use now are Google, these big ones, and many of the persons that run these things are Africans. Many of the people that run these things are people from the poor countries, are people from the places that they do not have, that are currently failing. Are we together? So now, one of the things that will help us to actually take continents, and also that will help us to arrive at the point where every software that we create are not just outside. Everything that we put our hands to do, everything that we put our intelligence to work at is not just outside of Africa. We can also do things in Africa, because why? We have people who can make right policies. We have people who can make the right decisions. I would have loved to give more explanation on how these things work. I have quite a number of things in my notes here, but next week Friday we are going to be meeting on the WhatsApp group, and I think at that time we should have enough time to delve deeply into why nations fail. The understanding of why nations fail will really help you in whatever it is that you are building, and if you eventually become, or if you are related with someone who is in a position of authority. Are we together? So this brings me to the end of the book review, and I also love to announce that, just like I mentioned earlier, we're reading the next 5 chapters, which is supposed to be chapters 6 to 10 for the month of September. So we started 1 to 5 last month, and then 6 to 10 this month, and then the next month, that should be November or October, we're going to be reading 11 to 15. All right, thank you so much for having me.
Can we make that applause louder, louder, louder? Thank you so much, Mr. Kwelimi. I'd like us to do something really fast now. I'd like us to go into our WhatsApp group, and the link for this program is being shared on the WhatsApp group now. Each of our WhatsApp group, please take that link and share on your status now in the next 10 seconds. Can we do that? Can we do that now? Can we do that very fast, very fast? Very fast, because this MindTalk session for this month is really, really important. And you doing this is part of making our dream possible, our goal possible, making Africa a tech continent, one mind at a time. Have we done that? Are we doing that? Okay, great. Thank you very much. Give yourself a round of applause once again. You're not clapping for me. Give yourself a round of applause once again. Yeah, thank you. So my job here is very simple. I'm just going to be introducing us to the topic for this month, and that's the cyber threats. Can you please go back there, please? So that I want to, yeah, cyber threats, evolution, and surviving emerging risk. If you see this in one way or the other, you have an idea of what it is, right? But it's not just great in having an idea. The best thing is to allow experts like our next speaker is going to take us through. The best thing is to let experts like this take us through the topic cyber threat evolution and how to survive emerging risk. The more we build systems, the more we build softwares and the likes, the more we need to get softwares or all the systems secured, because if your system or software is prone to attacks, you could lose a lot. We've had stories photo with many companies like that who have been victims of attacks, cyber attacks, and it's cost lives, it cost millions. So the MindTalk session this month is how we can be 100 steps ahead of some of these attacks and have an idea of what these things are and how to avoid them. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to be inviting, before I invite our speaker, who is one of SQI's top experts in the cybersecurity field, we're going to be having his bio being read out by Ms. Mercy Ajibade from the technical team. Thank you.
Steven is a seasoned cybersecurity expert with a strong passion for offensive security, with over 3 years of extensive experience in the field. As a dedicated professional, Uche has honed his skills in identifying and addressing potential vulnerabilities, leveraging his expertise to fortify systems and protect against cyber threats. Beyond his technical prowess, Uche is driven by a genuine desire to assist others in overcoming challenges and finding solutions to complex problems. His innate curiosity and enthusiasm for exploration often lead him to venture into uncharted territories, investigating novel concepts and emerging trends without prompting. In his leisure time, Uche enjoys nation, finding inspiration in the creative storytelling and memorable characters. This eclectic blend of technical expertise, problem-solving prowess, and diverse interests makes Njoko Uchechukwu Steven a unique and valuable asset in the realm of cybersecurity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with a loud ovation, let's make welcome Njoko Uchechukwu Steven.
Let's make the applause louder as we welcome Mr. Uche Njoku to the stage. And also I'll be inviting Dr. Adeyemi C. Aderinto to the stage too. Okay, Mr. Uche, you can come here, sir. Let's give a round of applause also for Dr. Adeyemi C. Aderinto as they take us into this wonderful session of this MindTalk. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Uche, are we safe?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
For now, yeah.
Each time I ask you that question, your reply is always for now.
Yes, sir.
Why is it always for now? Can that reply ever change?
No.
The
thing is, there is no such thing as 100% security. You are not 100% safe. Even in your house.
Even in my house.
Yes.
Please hold on. Now, everyone, take your seat very well. I want to believe you remain safe after you leave this place. Now, before Mr. Uche continues, I want to emphasize on the importance of today's MindTalk. Some of you registered for a different course other than cybersecurity. And you might be wondering why this might be necessary, this might be important to you. So that will make me revisit the importance of MindTalk again. Yes, SQI is good at giving you excellent training to make you the best in the world. When I say this now, I say it with all confidence, because yes, SQI alumni are actually the best in the world. That's a fact now. Yeah, thank you for acknowledging that. Now, you will be hearing more and more stories of what past alumni are doing all around the world as time goes on. Maybe we even include it as part of the programs in the MindTalk. But we notice at a point that this excellence and progress in your ICT career is not affecting everyone, okay? We have people holding mighty position in the best of the companies of the world, but some people are not getting any. So at that point, we realize that your talent is not enough to bring you success. Your talent is not enough to give you success. By the time we investigate some people, why are you not getting the opportunities? We might realize that it's because he could not speak very well. So he's so good, but he could not express himself. So they are going for someone else. So we've taught you about communication in the MindTalk. Some people will realize that they have damaged their reputation, even though they have great talent, but reputation is bad. So everybody is avoiding them. That is the cause for his own failure in his career. So the things we do at MindTalk is to plug in those extra things that you need to have good success. And today we are looking at the cyber threat evolution today. And why are we looking at this at this moment? We have seen places whereby someone is so good and so influential in his organization, but because they were able to get into the organization through him, they asked him, and because he has so much power within the organization, his power was used to commit, several malicious moves within the organization, caused him to lose such a wonderful position, even though he is talented. So today, whatever you'll be learning is applicable to whatever course you register for at SQI. And Mr. Uche now is breaking our hearts. He said you can only be safe for now. So now we want to understand why we are only usually safe for now, and why such reply can never change, and what we can do to be as secured as possible so that we will not go up the ladder and because of one hack on us, it brings us, down in our career. So please continue. What do we mean by the cyber threat evolution, and how can we survive the emerging risks?
Okay, so let me start with why you are not safe.
Please, I would prefer to face you. Can you face me too?
All right. So now we all go through risks every day of our lives, right? You woke up this morning, you took cab, you took bike. Man, do you know the amount of risks you take by just taking bike? Some people lose their feet, some people lose their arms, some people die from just taking bike. You understand? So you just imagine the amount of risks you took all the way from that point. So you got to SQI here today. And since you have been born, maybe till you started, your parents started allowing you to come outside or to take transport or whatsoever transportation that you take. You understand? So you are going through risks every day. So will you say that, or let's just say, well, according to Christianity, right, or religion, God gives you grace. There's a lot of grace in your life that you travel every day, you get back here, right, or you do whatever it is. Some people are traveling to and fro. Mr. Timmy, he travels a lot. He travels a lot. So we pray for him as well. You understand? So there's a lot of risks. Now, coming into cybersecurity.
So wait, you mean even physically?
Yes.
The response is still valid.
Yes.
So if someone is in a bus now and we ask, are we safe? The driver should reply,
for now, yes.
Because anything could change the next second. Definitely. So which means that reply is not just to scare us. It's a normal. Yes. Threats are everywhere.
Threats are everywhere.
All right. So now let's go into the cyber world.
Yes. So now, in the cyber world, I don't mean to scare any of us, especially if you know you'll be building a software at some point in time. But there is this thing we like to say that this is not about how you get hacked. It's not about if you will get hacked. It's about when. When are you going to get hacked? When is your company going to be attacked? And why is that? The thing is, the moment you deploy your application, I'm assuming all of us here, we are all, at least we, dev into web development, or we are uploading something to the cloud. We all know about cloud now, Abi? Right. So the moment you deploy your application, your mobile application, your web application, your desktop application, whatever native application that you develop, and you post it on the internet, it becomes public. It means everybody has access to these applications. including me.
Before they could have access, I will have to give them passwords.
No, it does not even have to do with password.
I will have to give them the link
Exactly.
and open the link for them.
Yes, sir.
Once I do not do that, they don't have access.
Well, at some point in time, you definitely have what we call a dematerialized zone. That is a zone that is public facing. You understand? You want people to access your public infrastructure now. But I'm going to get to the one of internal. There's internal, a lot of problems in internal as well.
So once it's public, it's public.
Yes.
Whether I share my password or
Whether
not.
you share your password. There are people who scan it constantly. They just carry a range of IP addresses and the
What
moment
are they looking for?
a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
Okay.
So the moment they scan, whatever IP addresses, or let's just assume, when you deploy your application on a website, right? Nowadays, you use what we call a shared hosting.
Okay.
Now, shared hosting means that you can have multiple domains or multiple websites on just one machine. You understand? So let's assume I have a website, right? And it's on a shared platform, and the IP address is 1.1.1.1, right? And Director 2 has a website on the same 1.1.1.1. If my application is vulnerable and somebody is able to potentially gain access to my application, it also means they actually have access to Director's application, even if his own is very secure.
My application will not stay in the same place with your application.
Definitely.
So that's a risk attached to shared hosting.
That is a risk.
And I believe shared hosting are popularly used among software developers today because they are a lot cheaper.
Yes, sir.
So even if my application is so secured, but I'm sharing the space, my hosting, with another person's website or web application, through that person, they can get to my own application as well.
Definitely, sir.
I see.
So,
sorry, before you continue, what are the alternatives to shared hosting?
Well, you can make use of a private VPS or a private server.
Virtual.
Yeah, private, virtual private server. So you can just make use of that. Although that one comes with its own risks as well, because now your security is in your own hands. So if you mess up the configuration somewhere, someone will find it.
What about that of dedicated servers? Is that totally secure, 100% secure?
No, sir. It is not. Nothing is secure. In fact, I'd actually thought one time, like, why can't we just turn off the internet? But again, it's not possible. We have to live life with risks now, Abby. So you just, like now in cybersecurity, there are 3 types of ways we treat risks. Either you accept it, right? You transfer it, or you avoid it totally. Now,
3 types of ways to
treat risks.
To treat risks.
Yes,
okay.
risk treatment. So either you accept the risks that, oh, yes, you people are going to lose so and so amount of money in the future, right? Or you transfer it, give it to somebody else to make use of it. That's when insurance comes into place, right? Or you avoid it totally. You remove that bug or whatever it is, you don't use it. And in this case, we can't say we shouldn't use the internet now. People have to make money. We have to, do transfers. People have to do things. You have to be able to show SQI to the world so that everybody else can, learn tech. So because of that, we cannot say we should not use the internet now. But now, the work of a cybersecurity professional here is to ensure that even if it is just one person is safe. You understand? We try our best to ensure that that person is safe. Even if it is 50%. Even if it is 99%, 99.1, but we cannot give you 100, sorry. You understand? So this now brings me to what are threats or what threats are.
Are you done with the evolution or you want to go through the threat?
Yeah, we're just
okay, very good.
Yes. So what are threats? So threats is, something that makes you feel danger or something that might damage you. Not damage you, please, but something that makes you feel danger. I might be a threat to all of you here. Actually, I am. I am not, please. So, somebody in this building now can be a threat to all of us, right? That means that person is, is going to cause us danger or damage. Now, danger could be maybe the person is going to, I don't know, there's like a terrorist now, they could have put bombs on each pillars of this platform and just boom.
Don't use that example.
Right? Or in terms of a company, damage, reputational damage. I think there was a time, was it Punch, sometimes back, where they woke up one morning and there was all sorts of pornographic content on their root page. It was terrible because everybody was just calling like, what is wrong with you people? What are you doing? That is reputational damage. So imagine if something like that happens to your application that you build one day, somebody gains access, and then let's assume it is like OP. Or no, let's even make use of the example of Flutterwave. I think that happened last year, where people were able to, just imagine you want to transfer money or you want to buy something on the internet. What do you usually buy? What do I buy? Shoe, yeah, no iPhone, Jesus. So let's assume I want to buy a shoe, right? So I want to pay to a vendor, like say Jumia, right? So if I get my Flutterwave card, you just put that card, how many digits? I think 11 or so. 11 digits, then your CVV, then the date the card expires. You just put it inside. And whatever amount you choose to withdraw, it will just go. Even if you have 0 naira. Yes, that was a bug. A lot of people removed money from Flutterwave at the time. Do you know how much those people lost? They lost a lot of money. No be small. Now imagine that kind of thing happened to your first bank where you are saving your money, or your UBA. How many of you use UBA, GTB? So one day you just wake up and they tell you that, we are so sorry, your money is gone, da-di-da-di-da. What will you do? Right? I'm sure people will queue at the bank. Like, you understand? So a lot of bad things can happen from a threat. So a threat can either be to you as a person or to an organization. Now, the first threat, in fact, threats in cybersecurity started even before cybersecurity, even before the internet, right? The internet started around 1960, I think 1960, 1961. So before that, there were other types of hackers. So what these guys did was they started with what we call networks. Now, networks doesn't come with what we know now. There are multiple types of networks. As you as a person sits down here, you're a network because there's veins in your body connected all the way from your brain down to your toes, sending pulses, sending blood, sending fluids all over your body. That is a network. Now, the first network that was hacked was what we call train networks, because a train can come from Ogbomoso here all the way to Lagos, then to Abeokuta, to Abuja, you understand? That is a network because it's connecting one state to another state. So now, the first set of hackers, what they did was they found a way to derail trains, to, find a way to collide with each other and, they just cause damage. That was the first, by hacking the network of trains. Then the internet came into play and people started, at first it was not the internet, it was called the ARPANET. Right, so the ARPANET was just an experimental version of the internet. So some guys that were working with the development of the ARPANET, they found a way to release a worm, a virus, or a malware, so to say. And what that malware did was just randomly rampage through the internet and start crashing things. It just, I think I remember when I was in SQI, so Mr. Shei was talking about like a very basic virus that you can cause on your browser, where you just, maybe your web page, you just load the web page, and maybe somebody else loads that web page. All you just do is write a for loop or a while loop, and it will just keep on the person's browser until the browser crash. That is a very basic malware. And that was how malware started, actually, by just running a while loop on somebody's laptop, and you crash the RAM of that person's laptop. So something like that happened at the early stages. Then cybersecurity also happened at that time. When somebody created a malware, somebody also created what we call an antivirus of today. So that antivirus, what it did was just rally around the internet and look for where that particular code is and then deactivate it. So since then, cybersecurity has now been, or threats has now been increasing, so has cybersecurity. So after that, threats moved from just people just testing. At the time, people were just very curious, like just trying to, test the powers with computers, like just, just to make your friends feel, yeah, you're the boss. That kind of thing now. You just want people to feel you. So That was the way it started until people now realized that, oh, we could make money from this. So there was what we called the Morris Worm at the time. So when the Morris Worm eats the internet, that's when other countries started to see it as a potential to, because just imagine you make a virus that just goes through the internet and disrupts everything, disrupts healthcare, disrupts power, disrupts, government, everybody, nobody's using computer for like 2 days. And at the end of the day, the amount of costs will be like 40 billion. Not millions. When there's a breach in cybersecurity, the money that they lose is not here. So if you ever want to do something bad like that, please just consider them, the amount of money they will lose, the amount of laws that they will be going through, the lawsuits. Just look at Mark Zuckerberg now and this guy from TikTok. Do you know how much they spend in those lawsuits that they are shouting, going back and forth? A lot of money is not here. You understand? So threats now increase from just normal malware to what we call advanced persistent threats. Now, advanced persistent threats.
Okay.
So normal malware can just come into your computer and shut down your computer. I don't know how many of us were here during the last cybersecurity week. I did a demonstration where I exploited a system, a Windows machine that had what we call Eternal Blue. Now, Eternal Blue, basically, I'll just give you the small details about it. So Eternal Blue, what it does is it exploits what we call SMB on a Windows machine. So without you even giving the person access to your password, your username, just the person being on the same network as you, the person just has access to your computer. Bam. No.
When you say on the same network now, which
Yes,
network? Like on the same
computer network.
MTN network, on the same Airtel network, or on the same hotspots, or on the same intranet? If you're talking about intranet, we might need to say a little more about it. Which network are you talking about?
Okay, so it could be on any network. It's just that now MTN network, they have used what we call NATs. That is network address translation, to ensure that people cannot communicate with each other. You can try it. If you have an MTN SIM card and somebody else has an MTN SIM card, get your IP addresses and see if you can interact with each other using the IP address. You see the IP possible.
Yes, MTN has solved that.
Yes, MTN has solved that.
Okay. So MTN is out of it.
MTN is out.
It's Airtel out of it.
As in all ISPs, all internet
ISPs
yes, sir.
are out of it.
Yes.
So which network are we talking about?
So let's assume you are in, say, SQI's network. You can be. So all of you that have SQI network, be careful.
You mean joining
Like a private network.
a private network?
Yes, sir.
I
So-
see.
In a private network, you are communicating, in an internal environment. So that's why I said I will.
Does that thing affects me also? If, for instance, someone put on an hotspot for me, and another person is sharing it, like 5 of us are sharing it, does that expose me as well?
Well, to that particular vulnerability, yes, but the vulnerability has been patched. It's been a long time ago. So
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I cannot communicate another person's IP.
you can actually.
I can't.
Yes.
So which means another person's IP is not safe
No,
on.
on the same Wi-Fi network, yes, it's not safe.
I'm talking about us because hotspot is common now.
Yes.
Put on your hotspot for me. I want to quickly
Yes.
do something. Now,
Yes.
if you put on your hotspot for me,
Yes, sir.
are you open to threat from me?
Yes, definitely.
So I can attack you just by you helping me out with your hotspot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, hold on. If you put on your hotspot for me and the admission officer also is on that hotspot, you are assisting the admission officer as well.
Yes, sir.
So I can give myself an admission through your hotspot
Definitely, sir.
because the admission officer is now open to me.
Definitely, sir.
So free network, free hotspots are not really free.
There is nothing free in this world.
So if I am going to ask you to share hotspot to me, I need to ask you also that are you a threat?
Well, you will never know. I will say no.
No, if I see you, I will know you are a threat.
Hey,
But there are people, like if I ask my mother to share her hotspot, she can't be a threat now.
Well, no, you could be a threat to her though.
Yeah, I won't be a threat to her, but at least you won't be a threat to me.
No.
So if I'm asking for hotspot now, I should be sure the kind of person I'm asking.
Definitely.
Oh my God.
Because one thing about hotspots is as soon as you are connected to somebody else's Wi-Fi,
Okay.
that person's connection becomes the what we call the exit node. That is the exit networking device. So whatever traffic that is coming from your device is going through that person's device out to the internet. So it means the person can intercept whatever things you are saying. So let's assume you are trying to log in on that person's network. Is going through his site, so he can catch that or he can intercept that traffic or that data, meaning that he can potentially gain access to your credentials as well.
So let me make that clearer.
Yes,
I'm trying to sign in to my bank.
Yes, sir.
So whatever I am, pressing on my phone, my username, whatever
Yes, sir.
it won't go straight to the bank.
No, sir.
It will first go to the phone of the person sharing his hotspot to me.
Yes, sir.
Then from there it goes to MTN, the ISP,
Definitely.
for instance, and then from there it goes to wherever
Internet, yes,
server that it needs to go to, right?
Yes.
So which means either the person sharing the hotspot to me or the ISP has the liberty to decide to intercept those information coming from me, right?
Definitely, sir.
And then the bank will also want to send my balance or whatever it is back here the same. So before my balance gets to me, it will go through the ISP,
Yes, sir.
the person's phone,
Yes,
then to me.
Yes, sir.
So you could decide to do anything.
Yes. Although there's one major gap there because before it goes out from your ISP to the internet, there's what we call submarine cables. You remember that time when everybody had issues?
Yes.
So there are guys that actually go there to tap from there too.
Directly.
Yes, they can tap your information from those wires. There's a way they do it that you can get those information. So there's a lot of breach. We are.
Now, would you mind talking about SSL?
Yes, I was.
How does it come into place in this part of going through somebody else's phone and the likes?
Okay, so I like doing history, so I'll give a bit of history about, there's what we call HTTP. Now, I assume everybody here knows what HTTP is.
When you are browsing, when you look at the address bar, you see http://www.yourbank.com. So he's talking about the importance of the HTTP now. Please continue.
So HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Now, for your device, your mobile phone or your laptop or your wristwatch, for you to be able to communicate with a server, it has to use a specific language. Like now, I cannot be speaking English to you and you don't understand English, and you are going to understand what I'm saying. There's no way, right? So you have to be in the same, we all understand English. That's why we all understand what me and director are conversing about here. So is the same thing with your device and the web server that you're trying to interact with. So HTTP basically is a protocol that allows you to be able to discuss with a web server to and fro. Now, when HTTP was first created, it was created as a clear text or plain text protocol, meaning that any information that was sent was plain text. It means if I intercepted that traffic, I can see
exactly the way it was typed.
Yes. So if you put your username, something as Jibola, and your password, Jibola123, I will see that thing if I intercept that.
But whenever I'm typing my password, it shows as ... It doesn't show to me. So will the other person also be seeing ...
No, that is the HTML thing.
So it means the person will see clear text, not ...
Yes.
So is the ... just meant to deceive me that is ...
It's actually meant to deceive the other person should have softened you, like person looking at you, Yes.
So the person that is trying to sniff through it on his or her phone will see
It's clear
on HTTP.
Yes, sir.
If the website is HTTP, those information are transferred in plain text.
Plain text, yes.
I see.
So, at the time, a lot of information. In fact, when you use people's hotspot, like I just said, you were able to, intercept and see people's login details. In fact, you don't even need to do phishing. Phishing was not so common. I will get to that one. So it was not so common at the time. But when people, start complaining, just imagine it now. Like maybe you did work now and the work was very tedious, and you're communicating with the person over maybe a chat bot or whatever, and you say, okay, sir, this is my account details, right? As you send it, maybe because you ask somebody for hotspot, that person intercepted your traffic and changed your account details to his own, and then send it to the person, right? So the person will just see the account details, and maybe because he doesn't know you, guys, it's just a quick transaction thing. He just send the money to that other account.
Okay,
The
now.
money has whoop.
Okay, now.
So at that time, things like that happened.
With HTTP.
With HTTP, yes.
Let me paint the picture again. You are still the person sharing hotspot.
Yes, sir.
He is in Lagos asking for my account details.
Yes, sir.
All our communication are going through you.
Yes, sir.
So as I sent account details, it goes through you to him. As he's replying, it goes through you to me.
Yes, sir.
Now, because the software, WhatsApp, for example, WhatsApp is not doing that anyway.
Yes, sir.
It's running on HTTP.
Yes, sir.
Everything I'm typing comes as
to me.
plain text.
Yes, sir.
So if you have a software to read it, you can hold it, read the text, edit it, and
Yes,
forward it to him.
Yes, sir.
So he thinks it's coming directly from me.
Yes, sir.
So how does HTTPS help in this kind of scenario?
Yes, sir. So now, because of that, they decided to incorporate encryption. I believe everybody here knows what encryption is. It's just changing whatever text you have in random or bytes to confuse people. So
Okay.
HTTP now incorporates what we call SSL, which is encryption. So it encrypts the traffic so that it doesn't end all the way to my end. I don't understand what is going on.
But it's scrambled text.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very
Okay.
confusing, sir.
Yes.
So when I see it now, the only issue there is for to encrypt something, there has to be a decryption key. So if I'm able to get access to that decryption key,
You'll be able to decrypt the text.
definitely.
But that means on WhatsApp, for example, you have to hack WhatsApp to get the description key.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with description key, it's still safe, right?
Definitely.
To go through you.
Yes,
But
sir.
even if you see it, you can still see it, but you won't understand.
Yes.
It has been scrambled.
Yes.
How many of you took the scholarship test here? Please let me see your hand. Scholarship test. Great. There are some questions that says something like if Ajegule is written as ZJK, so how will you write? How will you write Abuja? Abi? So that's an example of scrambling of text. All right. So as it's going through him, it gets scrambled from me, so he cannot see it. By the time it gets to him, my receiver, it will be decoded, and then he will be able to understand.
Definitely.
So HTTPS makes that safe, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So with HTTPS, to an extent, we are safe,
Yes, sir.
but the threat, I believe, evolves to
Yes.
something bigger.
Definitely.
And now you said you are going to talk about phishing. Tell us about phishing.
Yes. Sir, can I quickly go back?
Okay, I am just trying to save the time anyway, but if you think it's important, you can.
Yes. So the here is that with SSL, one can still perform what we call a brute force attack on that encrypted traffic. You can brute force to get the decryption key. It will take a lot of time. So people don't
Like how
do it.
long?
A few hundred years.
Oh, very good. Account number will have gone and come. Transfer will be done already.
But another but.
Okay.
That problem is the world is moving towards what we call quantum computing. I don't know if you have heard of that. So computing means you are going to be able to crunch or to process a lot of data at very, very fast and impossible speed. You understand? So this means that if something that's in 2017 is taking 100 years, in 2040 or 50, we might be doing it in a few minutes.
Let me pray for you. May cybersecurity professional with quantum computer not be interested in your case. Oh.
That's a good
Please
prayer.
continue. That's a good prayer, right?
Very good prayer. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So now on to phishing. So phishing is under a subset of social engineering. So social engineering basically is just about trying to exploit human beings, because people, security professionals, they had come and intercepted bad guys or hackers in a lot of ways, by creating antivirus, by creating new protocols with encryption. You understand? So they decided, oh God, this thing is becoming more and more stressful. So they decided, okay, there's one way we can do this. How about we exploit these people? The human beings are quite, I can't say flawless. What's that word? They have a lot of flaws. Yeah. So they come to you, right? And they try to find a way to exploit or to say something, maybe using fear. There was this email somebody sent to me one time. That email is good. As in, I was amazed by the way the person composed it. Like, if this thing met somebody else, there's no way you're sending that money.
Can you give us a glimpse?
Yeah, so the thing was, I think he said something about he had access to my PC from my email. And I know at the time, my email was compromised at the time. There's ways you can use to check for your email if it's compromised. You can check haveibeenpawned.com. You can check that, put your email inside to see maybe your email has been compromised.
What do you call that domain again?
Have I been pawned? PWNED.com.
Have I been
pawned?
punked?
Yes, sir.
P
PWNED. Pawned.
Okay.
Have I been pawned? So pawned is just in cybersecurity the term for meaning have you been hacked? So we're just
So you type your email address there.
yes, and
And
it
it
will show you
Hmm.
if you have been pawned or not.
If you are not even safe for now.
Yes, if you are
or
not safe at all. Right. So it's one of the ways we use to find people as well. The emails. So so that now brings phishing. So phishing enables bad guys or threat actors, like we call them, to be able to exploit people, the flaw in people. So it could be fear in you. Maybe they are trying to, if somebody has been observing your traffic quite a lot. Oh, and I even missed something. Oh God, I'm going to take a lot of time on this. So I missed something. So a problem with HTTPS is that your traffic is encrypted, and in fact, if you use what do they call that thing? Incognito mode. We can still your traffic is kind of safe, Abby. That is, there's no cookies, so nobody's tracking you. So there's still ways in which one can still monitor what you are doing by making use of favicons. Have we ever heard of favicons before? So when you are sending those traffic, you are also sending favicons, because favicons is that icon on the top of the website. That's
tiny
icon. Yeah. Facebook is that blue F.
Yes, that's the five icon.
That five icon. So one can still see, okay, this is what this person is doing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So if like now you are making use of my Wi-Fi and I'm intercepting that traffic continuously, and I notice that you are the type that watches pornographic content, right? I can decide to send you an email that I already have access to your account. I've seen everything you have been doing. Send money to this account, and you will think, oh, geez, how did they know? You understand? You won't. So you'll be afraid. You don't want people to expose you. So you will likely fall, and that is out of fear. Some use urgency. They'll be like, so I saw this particular thing. Please send this OTP that was sent to you right now. Send it to me now.
So that when the hackers realized that the cybersecurity professionals had made the journey so difficult for them, they cannot go by themselves again to steal the data.
Definitely.
Phishing is using you to steal you.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So we call that social engineering.
Social engineering.
When they come to you, make you do it. Yes, so you will be the one to send the OTP. You will be the one to send what they need to finish the rest. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please tell us more.
So that is one of that thing is very, very psychological, because it just goes deep into your being as a person, based on urgency. So you send the OTP out, and at the end of the day, you look at it and be like, this is WhatsApp now. Don't send. They even said, put it there. Don't send. You understand? So a lot of those things happen. And
where does it really happen? They tell you, don't send this OTP to anyone. Yet you will still carry it by yourself like this. Can someone explain, please? They say Zoom meeting, and Zoom will tell you don't send, or WhatsApp will tell you don't send. Okay, you want to join Zoom meeting. Maybe they told you they are sharing money there. What about those that will say they are calling from WhatsApp themselves to give you gift for birthday? And then I think that thing is simple. You don't need to be a professional to get it done. I just need to go to WhatsApp, where I can reset password, let's say Facebook, punch in your email, right? or your phone number, I don't know, and then tell it that I want to reset my password. This thing is too simple. You don't even need to be a cybersecurity professional to be able to do this. I will tell you that I want to reset my password. Meanwhile, I'm entering your own details, your email or your phone number. So it will send the OTP to you to confirm that it is you. Now, I cannot intercept that OTP, but I will have to play on your foolishness. Where, because WhatsApp will still say, don't send. Then I will call you and say, I want to give you a gift from WhatsApp office. Some people will be speaking with Nigerian accent and still tell you they are from WhatsApp office. And will still believe and forward the OTP. So it's just to enter the OTP now, and then I have the password. So normally it's not supposed to be that difficult. Is there a training for normal users that, okay, I don't want to be a cyber.
I just want to be secure, at least for now. Teach me these simple things. Are there some guys like that that can help people, to know those basic things in cybersecurity?
Yes, SQI offers such a.
You mean at the
program.
basic level?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So where you can learn about all these, little things that might put you in serious trouble at some time.
So what if I want to become like you?
Oh.
Like everybody is hackable to me?
It takes time.
No, that everybody is secure to me. I am not an hacker. I'm a cybersecurity professional.
All right. So if you are interested in learning cybersecurity, that is from scratch. So SQI also offers a cybersecurity program where you either decide to take application security or network system security. And the good thing is that we keep updating our cybersecurity program because cybersecurity is upgrading every day. Yes.
Whoa.
It's upgrading every day. So you have to be very passionate about it because at some point in time you just get tired. Because one thing that was very useful yesterday is already obsolete. And today you are learning a new thing, you are learning a new programming language. In fact, there was a time a student of mine came and was like, everybody expects a cybersecurity professional to know everything. And I was like, yes, why not? Know everything. Because cyber evolves around the old cyberspace. Your phone, CCTV camera. In fact, somebody might be watching us right now. Hello. Yes, it's actually possible.
Please, before we close, I want you to say something briefly about the importance of updating your apps and the zero-day attack.
Yes. So if you do not update your app, this thing still goes back to your, not even app safe, your normal device you are using, your phone, your laptop, your operating system, or
your browser.
Your browser. If you do not update it regularly, if somebody is able to connect to your network or you give somebody access to your network, they can potentially use whatever exploit that your phone is to get access to your phone. And from there, they can pivot to another person's phone. They can even use your phone. If you are the type that say, oh, you don't have any money in your account, you don't this, you don't that, they can use your phone to commit crime.
So how does the failure to update our apps, such as the browser, how does it open us to an attack? How does it work?
Well, it depends. There's something we call vulnerability. Now, if your system or your browser, what have you, is vulnerable to a certain exploit, right, and you don't update it, because as soon as these vulnerabilities appear, people report it. There are people, they call them bug bunters or bug hunters. They find or look for bugs in application. They report it. As soon as the organization is able to verify that vulnerability, immediately they patch it.
They block it.
They block it, yes.
Very good.
So once they block it, they deploy to the cloud. So
very good.
As soon as it is being deployed, you will see the notification you need to update. So if you are the type that will be like, no, what am I doing? This thing, the data is too much, it's doing this, it's doing that, and you don't update it, if somebody is able to, or if there is a serious cyber attack going on everywhere, you are seriously vulnerable to that attack. And don't come and meet me, they say that they remove your Bitcoin. No, I will not answer you.
No, there is a part I really want you to make clear, because this is very important that people ignore a lot.
Yes, sir.
So you said that the apps you use today, in fact, your statement, are safe for now. All right? the browser you are using is safe just for now. Now, there is no browser, no app that is 100%
Safe. No.
safe, right? Very good. So at some point, some people might discover a vulnerability, all right, in that app. Then report it to, for example, Google Chrome, report it to Google. Now, Google will block that vulnerability, all right? But I believe where the main challenge is that Google will put it on what we call, what do they call this thing? What's new?
Yeah, the releases.
Very good, releases. When a new update has been released, they put it on what's new, and they tell you what they have done, that, oh, there was a security issue, and we patch it. Now, you are not the only one reading it. There are some people that what they sit doing is reading what is new. So they know that some people will be slack to update. So they do not know that that vulnerability is there, but they will get to know about it in what is new. So it's like Google informing hackers,
Yes,
that
definitely.
there is this vulnerability. So once those hackers reach the what's new in it, they know that it's there. They will now look for those that are yet to update
Yes.
that security patch and then enter through the vulnerability. So which means the moment you see a new version, don't do, I don't have much data. All right? Go ahead for your own safety, update your app. Don't forward WhatsApp OTP,
Please don't.
and avoid website using HTTP.
Yes, sir.
And whenever your colleagues here wants to share you your hotspot, ask them which course are they studying at SQI before you consider. Any final words, Mr. Uche? Put together your question. Any final words, please?
So I felt like I missed something very important.
I know you miss a lot.
Yes,
We can
actually.
do this for this. I know that. Yes. Well, we are just trying to, make it very short. So you should make your research to find out more.
All right, sir. So, so to wrap this all up,
Okay.
there is something we call a nation state or an advanced persistent threat. Now, those people are the most dangerous of the most dangerous of the most dangerous.
What do you call them again?
They are nation states. Nation states hackers, meaning that they are sponsored by a nation.
So they have the money. They have
have the
quantum
money.
computers.
A lot of resources. So it means that if you are the type that says, oh, you can't be hacked, you can't be tracked, you can't be traced, I know you are here somewhere. If they have the right resources, they will find you, whatever thing you are doing. Do you understand? So please be careful. The nation states, they are nation states.
Okay,
Attacks.
nation states. It means if you offend a nation,
Yes.
a nation can sponsor them to find, and
Definitely.
a nation will have enough resources
Yes, sir.
to spend to find you.
Yes.
Oh, as long as your crime is, or as long as you are in the cyberspace.
Yes, sir.
So the best thing is to not be a criminal at all,
Please don't.
whether physically or.
Or online.
So an advice from our cybersecurity professional, he says, apart from you being secured, don't consider being a criminal at all. Don't hack anyone.
VPN will not help you.
Another advice, VPN
It's
will not help you. Thank you so much, Mr. Uche.
Yes, sir.
I believe with all what you have taught us, we are now safe.
Amen.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for Mr. Uche.
All right, we can do better, please. Thank you. Please, before the two of them goes back to their seat, I so much love this moment, and I was thinking it will not end now. Media, I want you to be with me on this. You were talking about, have I been pawned? Something. That seems like something we can actually look at in practicality to me. Can you guide us through it, please? Please.
And please prepare people. If you have
Yes, and
questions
your
online,
questions. People
No,
from
physically.
our other campuses, please.
just raise up your hand if you are there physically in any of the campuses.
Have I been pawned? Media.
Okay.
Questions.
Okay, you can just
Number
type
one.
it on Google Media. It will bring it to you. Somebody has been found here.
Director.
We need the rescue team.
The admission officer is now wanting to ask questions.
Okay, has our admission officer been pawned? Okay.
I was going to even ask, has anybody been hacked?
Just type it on Google, it will bring the right address.
Has anybody
to
seated
you.
here been hacked before? You've been hacked? Oh my God.
Media, type it on Google.
Have I been pawned? You also sent WhatsApp code, right?
Okay, who wants to try? Let's check your email address.
Have I been pawned?
Who wants to try? Okay, we have a volunteer there.
Can we jam my hands together for them, please?
Okay, you look secure, please. I don't think you can ever be pawned. Okay, please, let's punch in the email.
Please go to them over there.
Okay. Oh no, who does not have your email? Yeah. We are not asking for your password, we are asking for your email. Everybody has it. People that ask it can check by themselves. Okay. Even the email itself is encrypted.
I am asking now, have you been hacked before? Nobody is confessing. Sir, you need to see how many hands are on the hill.
Oh, for being hacked? Oh.
Have you been hacked before? At any level or the other?
Okay. Oh.
Can you tell your story in 30 seconds? You gave them this correct?
No. Yeah, what?
Wait, though. Type my email.
Just one. It's just one data breach. Scroll down.
Good. Open your mouth. Turn your head.
Said open subtitles. Subtitles. Open subtitles. Please go back.
So you can see the compromised data here is email address, is geographical locations, IP address, passwords, usernames. So
No, what are you saying?
the compromised data, so you see it at the end there.
The compromised data.
Yes. The compromised data. No, compromised data there.
Okay.
Compromised data.
Okay, the email
So you can see
address.
the email addresses, the geographical location, the IP address, passwords, usernames.
Even his password.
Yes. It's all on the internet.
If I want to see his password that has been pawned now, can I see it from here?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
No, not from here. There's another way we do it, but it's meant for us.
Okay.
Meant for us.
Okay. So what else needs to be investigated here?
Well, for normal people, you know,
But
this is where you stop.
Okay, this is for normal people. This is where it stops.
Yes.
For abnormal people,
Go forward.
so for abnormal people can say the geographical location
Yes, sir.
that he is here.
Definitely.
Oh my God! Just with an email address.
Yes, sir.
And the IP address. Okay. Then it's passwords.
It's password.
You mean abnormal people can see his password?
Definitely, sir.
Abnormal
Because
people
it's 2021.
like you?
And as you can see, sir, we can see the country of the user and password stored as unsorted MD5 hashes.
What does that
MD5.
mean?
So a company or an organization using MD5 is not secure at all. MD5 is.
And there is
very
no way I
vulnerable.
can know if the application I'm using, my bank is using MD5 hashes.
No, sir.
MD5 is a type of encryption to encrypt your password. So if the mode of encryption uses MD5 hashes, it means you are not safe on that website you are on. Is there a better encryption service that is safer than MD5?
Yes, there's a lot. There's Bcrypt, there's SHA-256.
You mean SHA-256 is safer than MD5?
SHA-256.
Bcrypt is also safer than MD5. So if you are an organization, you are a developer working for a company now, you may want to go and change all your MD5 hashes that you have been using to encrypt the password of the user of the website or web application you develop, okay? And change it to those things he mentioned now, SHA-256 and which one?
Bcrypt.
And Bcrypt and what?
And ensure it is sorted. You can see it's unsorted here.
Yeah,
So you have to
ensure it's
ensure
sorted.
it's
If you are a programmer, please,
Yes, sir.
on behalf of the future company you will work with, go and sort or learn how to sort your password. All right? Mr. Blessing, you want to try? Or you are not trying again.
I will try when I get up. Okay. I think everybody should give this a try. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Can we please appreciate Mr. Uche one more time? Thank you. All these things that are compacted into about 1 hour of lecture, this is what I would call deep learning. Deep learning. Had it been, it is possible, I would have said they should give you certificate for attending this morning. Please celebrate yourself for attending this. All right, thank you. There's this particular question that I love so much, but before I ask it, Mr. Uche, I'd like to read the second one so that it's like to corroborate what you have shown us now.
Okay.
Mr. Isaac Ayanlere from our online streaming is asking, how do I fix my compromised email?
Very, very good question. Please, Mr. Uche.
That is, how can you fix your compromised email? That is a very deep question. Because the only way you can fix your compromised email, first I have to ask, how were you compromised? Is it via, did someone interact with you? Did you give out something? Or was it breach from an organization? If it was breach from an organization, just change your password, right? But if you were if somebody reached out to you, or you were phished or social engineered, and the person has already done two-factor authentication on your email address, one, and the person has maybe changed your recovery or whatever recovery to his own, I mean, you have to leave, either you leave that email address or you reach out to Google. Because from my own point of view, I cannot do anything for you because it's illegal. I'm not an employee of Google.
Okay. So what are other examples of compromise, and how can we, like if this says that my email address have been compromised, password and the likes, what do I do? That if I go back to have I been pawned, it will now show me that, oh, you are safe for now.
Oh, it won't show you are safe. Oh. The internet never forgets.
So once compromised,
it will always be there.
What can I do aside sharing OTP or whatever that could make my email address, password and the likes information compromised?
Well, if you are not social engineer, that's when a company, let's assume I have a company now and you are signing into my organization or my website. So each time you sign in with your email address and your password, it comes to me directly. So it's saved in my database. So if at some point in time my organization or my website gets hacked, right, they can extract all those information from my database, and either they sell the information on the internet, and if they find out that they cannot sell it on the internet, they will just leak it on the internet for free. So if it is leaked, people have access, everybody has access, even you.
So I have to be very cautious on the website I use, that I visit, entering my email, entering my password. If the site is not secured, I am not secured myself.
Yes, definitely.
I see. So it's painful to know that once you have been pawned, it seems as if you just have to open another email address. What would you have done if you are in this case?
Well, you don't necessarily, if you have been pawned, or if it is coming from this side, like a company was breached, right?
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to change your email. All you just need to do is change your password.
Oh.
And make use of two-factor authentication. Please put a recovery phone number or what have you. Because
so even though they still have the whole password, it's now useless.
It's now useless, yes.
Okay, I see. I will also want to suggest, it's like so many people visit several websites with their password, and you seem to use the same password for all those websites because it's difficult to memorize a lot of password. All right, but I think it would be smarter if at least you have very complex password for very serious places that you visit, and very cheap one for the places that even if they hack it and they see that password, there is nothing to steal there. Is that one good enough?
Well, yes, you can create like dummy accounts if you may. Like,
A dummy account, even not just password, a
Yes,
dummy
a dummy
account or
account,
dummy
yes.
mail. Don't use your most sensitive mail everywhere, your password everywhere. Create something dummy to use in, weak platforms.
and
Yes.
ensure that even the dummy password they are creating does not have any psychological traits with your original password, because we can still find a way to permutate.
there.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, please, Mr. Blessing. Yes.
And one of these days, we've been talking, hi, and you, Mr. Uche, if you remember, you were also recommending Google Password Manager.
Okay, Google Password
That
Manager.
one will bring very complex number and
Okay.
it will memorize it for you.
Okay, so you may want to check out what Google Password Manager is online, because we may not have enough time to do that here.
Yes.
Thank you.
There's somebody that I heard their story, even within this our geographical location. They are a big firm owner. They sell gadgets. So somewhere near this place, some people ambushed a colonel in the military, and they killed that person. So they took the ATM card to come and purchase phone here.
Whoa.
They must have gotten the password to the ATM before they annihilated the person. When they picked that man and he came back home, he was now telling, and we are now hearing, he was telling his wife, the way we used to drive out of our house every morning, they are looking at us like this. They played everything for me.
You've been monitoring them.
So if you are, you know what they mean by corner in the military. So if you are part of the people saying, government, whoa, Nigeria will share, meaning that, which government? Nigeria is not working.
Cybersecurity is working.
Please don't join them. That is why I am corroborating that little story with the question that this person, Mr. Lawson Adelowo, is asking. He said, what are the security measures one can adopt to safeguard federal government institutions from hackers? To safeguard is it to safeguard federal government from hacking me, to looking into me, or to safeguard their institution from hacker? So I think you might want to answer the two, sir. Please.
Okay.
3 more questions from here. 3 more.
So to safeguard government institutions from hackers, Nigerian government, I will believe. Okay, I will not, I don't want to. I'm thinking of where to start from, because Nigerian government is, in terms of the cyberspace, Nigerian government is nowhere, right? So to safeguard, first we have to start doing what we call cybersecurity awareness programs for every staff under the government. To at least safeguard them from what we call the social engineering we just spoke about. Because those guys can be very, very vulnerable to social engineering. Then we need to talk about
Those handling my NIN.
Yes, definitely.
They are vulnerable to social engineering.
Definitely, sir. So another thing we need to do is, upgrade systems. I wouldn't say I've seen it, but I feel like systems in the federal government needs to be upgraded. The websites, the mobile applications, they need to be upgraded, because I've seen in situations where I think I was reading in news on this investigative journalism website, FIJ, where the journalist said a particular website of a government institution, was it NIN? No, these guys that handle payslip, NPPS. I mean, what's that?
That handles payroll.
Payroll, yes.
For our institution.
No, for the government.
Okay. IPPS.
Yes.
Okay, IPPIS.
Yes. So the person wrote, a journalist wrote that their SSL certificate had expired a year ago. Now, based on what I already explained earlier, that HTTP sends, traffic unencrypted. Now, when you make use of SSL, it encrypts it. Now, imagine your SSL has been expired. It means that any information going from that payroll software to whoever is going unencrypted, meaning that people can see we can see how much other people are being paid, basically, if you can
And it's a
intercept.
federal government
And
platform.
it's a federal government platform. So I feel like the federal government platform need to upgrade their systems. And one last thing I feel they need is what we call active vulnerability assessment. Like proactive, so not just active. Meaning that they need to bring in guys to test their vulnerabilities at every point, from the network to the softwares to even the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Now let's talk about this, sir. Should we accept cookies?
Some websites are so notorious to the extent that if you want not to accept it, you will not see any cross button to close it. The only button there is accept all cookies.
Okay, before I answer that question, I have to explain what cookies mean. Now, going back to HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, it is what we call a stateless protocol, meaning that if I'm sending an information using HTTP, the server does not know who I am. You understand? So if all of us are sending to a particular web server, we are trying to, log in, let's assume to the IPPS website, that server does not know who we are. It cannot differentiate me from director, from you, from every other person, meaning it's stateless. So cookies allows state, meaning that it enables the web server to be able to decide, oh, this is who this person is. Because in the back end, the web server will check that, oh, this person, the cookies will contain the user's ID or sometimes the password. That was back in the day. It should not contain the password, please. It contains the ID and maybe an email address, but most of the time it's always encrypted. You understand? So it allows for state. So, and in some cases, especially in the one where they ask you to accept, is used to collect your data. That you're accepting that, oh, I want to be able to collect my data. And sometimes it's even used for tracking. To be able to track, like if you use Jumia now, most of the time your cat, all those things, they are saved because of those cookies. So if you want to accept cookies, it's based on you. If you decide, and again, I even heard that the back-end people, even when you accept or you reject, it still accepts it. So what can you do? Nothing.
As long as you want to use their service.
Yes.
But are cookies that dangerous? Are they dangerous in, opening me up to a threat?
Well, it depends.
The kind of data it collects.
Yes. The thing is, the bad part of cookies is that if somebody else is able to get that your cookie, right, they are able to log in into your account. Because, like I said, HTTP is stateless. The only reason why
That is if they are using HTTP.
Yes.
Okay.
Even HTTPS.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So if somebody is able to gain access to that your cookie, they are able to find a way to tell you to send that cookie to them, right? The way HTTP protocol does not know who is who. So if you carry a cookie, a verified cookie, right, and you send it to the server, and it is not your own, it will still think, oh, this is who this person is, and allow you access to that person's account.
Do we have any web application that use cookie to identify the user?
Yes, Facebook does. At least we tested it in class here. Any of my students?
Facebook uses cookie to identify users?
Yes. They even use it to identify, okay, this is a particular subdomain you are, this is a particular. That's why.
Okay, I think I understand. The assertion could use cookie at the front end for the identification, right?
Yes, sir.
Does that mean if you now get hold of my cookie, you can enter into my Facebook account?
Definitely.
So how can you, if you want to get hold of my cookie, how will you get hold of my cookie?
All right, so media, we will have to interact here. So now let's go to the browser, please.
You want to try it now?
Yes, now, very practical.
You want to get hold of my cookie now?
We can try, sir.
No, don't bother to try.
But I just want to show us one thing. Just go to Facebook. At least Facebook did. So facebook.com. Yep.
You can connect to my hotspot.
You are safe for now.
So while it's waiting, Facebook they made use, I don't know if you have ever noticed it, but they made use of a way to stop social engineering, at least to some extent. But yet, some people still fall for it. So we'll see, please. We'll see.
But do you really have to, like, can you get hold of my cookie over a network, or you have to be there with me physically?
Well, yes, sir. The cookies go together with your request. Whatever, if you are trying to log in, the cookies also go with it as well. So one can still grab it over the network.
Over the network, even if the website is running on HTTPS.
If it's running on HTTPS, no, because it's encrypted. The old traffic, the old
okay, but Facebook is running on HTTPS.
yes, that's why they use social engineering.
Okay.
So now, just right-click on the page and inspect page, or Control-Shift-I. Anyone?
You can right-click on the page directly.
Yes. So go to the console at the top. Console. So you will see. Scroll up.
Let me see this thing very well.
Yes. So can we all see that? So Facebook here is saying that we should stop, a very red big stop. So this is a browser feature intended for developers, right? If someone told you to copy paste something here to enable Facebook feature or hack someone's account, it is a scam and will give them access to your Facebook account.
Oh.
So what does that mean? It means that if you somehow copy the cookies, it gives access without your password, and they can change your password.
How do I copy my cookie?
All right, so if you want to copy the cookies, you go to the network tabs. Oh, no. Click on this arrow. The arrow here. This, yes. So, application. Application. Yeah, so down to cookies here.
Okay. It really looks like cookies. Somebody have already eaten it.
So these are the cookies. So one of the cookies here, I think the C user and this XS will grab your details and you are done for. Yeah, so those are the cookies you will be looking out for. So please don't copy any cookies to anybody, please. It's very dangerous.
Thank you.
So that we know, if you try to borrow my system and I refuse, there's no other reason.
That's true. I can borrow your system. Now you can't. You refuse me.
No,
So someone can quickly copy your cookie from your browser, send it to WhatsApp, and delete for me. Abby? Okay. Oh.
Wonderful.
Any more questions? Are we good to go?
Please, we will go now.
Okay.
Since it is easy to update my app at the Play Store or App Store, how do I update my computer application? Which store?
The person, I believe, means computer application.
Yes.
Okay. That's maybe, let's put it together, the operating system and the apps on it. Yes.
If I enter a platform, I wanted to ask all the three. So
Okay.
Yes.
Please take note, Mr. Uche.
If I enter a platform that immediately redirected me to other platform, can I still stay or get out immediately?
If I enter a platform that immediately redirects me to another platform,
Let's say I'm trying to
should I still stay or get out
watch
immediately?
anime now, and they redirected me to Niger. Of course, we will leave now.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
How do I detect that a link sent is meant to hack me?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the first question, man, these questions are beautiful actually.
Yeah.
Nice one to whoever asked. So the first question, for you to update your entire application, depending on whatever operating system you are using, if you are using Windows, you can just search for Windows updates on your search bar. So just click Start or the Meta key, then search for Windows updates. So if you go to the update, we can try that too. Media team. Hello.
Okay.
So just search for Windows updates, and you should grab that on the search bar. And if you use Linux, I don't need to tell you that one, Harvey. So Windows updates. Yeah, Windows updates. Okay. Yeah, so you can just click on check for updates. So as soon as you check for updates, it will start downloading and looking for updates. And
As simple as that.
Very simple.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you are using Linux, you can just, depending on the Linux distro, if you are using the Debian-based distro, you can just sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. If you are using Arch-based distro, you can sudo pacman -syu, and then you are good to go.
Okay, what about apps?
They all upgrade at the same time, except if you are using Windows. I don't know how Windows does its own apps, but I think some of those applications, as soon as you enter into it or you double click on it, that is, you open it, it will tell you that, oh, this guy needs an update, there's a new update, click on this to download the new update. I think Chrome does that, Abi.
And you can intentionally go on the store.
Yes, you can intentionally go on the store.
Play Store to do the update by
yes,
yourself. All right, thank you for that. The next question. Yeah.
So the next question with the redirection. So there's a lot of scenarios that can come from that, because as soon as you click on a link and it redirects you, the first one that comes to mind is what we call in web application penetration testing is CSRF. That means cross-origin request forgery. Cross-site request forgery, meaning that somebody can allow you or can make you make requests without you knowing about it. So as soon as you click on that link, there will be JavaScript code written in the order link that as soon as you open it, it makes use of your cookies to make that request without you knowing.
Making requests, examples of making requests are, you type a URL, www.yourschoolname.edu.ng, you are making a request. You click a button, submit button, you are making a request. So now they are saying that a ghost somewhere can make you make a request that you will not know that you are making a request on your computer, right?
Yes, definitely.
So you can visit a site you will not know. You can click a button you will not know. And say that again, how that can happen. How does it happen?
So the mechanism there is, as soon as you click on that particular link, right?
Okay.
But the good thing there is that the hacker knows that you actually have that application running on the same window, the same browser window.
Okay.
If you're not on the same browser window, it will not work. So it will just redirect you and you are safe. You understand? But if, assuming you have maybe your banking app on that application, and this person knows you have that banking app application on the same window, and you click on that link and it redirects you, any request, if there is the person will have just copied the script or the code. You know, everything is code now. So the person will have copied the code to send money. It can be just any amount of money. So as soon as you click on that link like this, it will just initiate the request in your own stead, and you will not know.
You are representing the professional.
Yes.
I'm representing we the laymen in cyber security. So I'm interpreting what you are saying. So whenever you open a browser, and on one tab of the browser you have your
banking or whatever.
your banking
website, your bank website open, log in. Now you now open another tab on the same browser, another tab on the same browser. That other tab, if it's for a hacker, if the website is for one hacker, then they can easily hack because they are on the same browser window. All right? They were just tabs on the same browser window. So sometimes you might want to run just your, what do we call it, your banking website on the browser window only, and not share tabs. All right? No share tabs, or go and open a different window for another site that you are not sure of. That's what Mr. Oche just told us. So the last question.
So another thing is you can just ensure that you log out of whatever application you are using. As soon as you are done with it, please ensure to log out. Properly log out. There's a reason why the log out button exists. Right. So as soon as you click on the log out button, it just clears all your cookies. It makes sure it makes it expire immediately.
Okay.
So as soon as you logged out of the application, as soon as you click on that link, it will be useless. You understand? Right. So another thing would be hardware. Maybe all those clickbaits, whereby you just click on something and somebody else is making money from your clicks or getting traffic. With that one too is happening. But if it's the CSRF, like I just said, it will be a very big problem. A very, very big problem.
All right. So the last question is here.
How do I detect that the link sent is meant to hack me.
Okay.
Okay. If you okay, now this one is divided into two. So now the first situation here is if it is a phishing site. Now if it's a phishing site and it looks like Facebook, you should know what Facebook URL looks like now, the domain.
So Facebook's domain is facebook.com. So if somebody is sending you like face with capital letter A or book is 0, 2 zeros, you should be able to understand that that is a scam or and you should look at the interface properly too. The interface of Facebook looks alright. There was a time somebody got scammed of $1,000 or so from Amazon. And he sent me the link of the Amazon website, and I was like, okay, first, this does not look anything like Amazon. In fact, it had no relation to Amazon. It's just a weird URL link. And even when I got to the page, it was so terrible. The user interface, like the way the page looked like it was terrible.
So that was enough to
that was exactly
make you understand that this is not safe.
Exactly. Wow. But yet the person continued investing money, and at the end of the day, lost all the money. It was investing.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Uche. This has been a wonderful time with you. I want you to appreciate the time invested at this moment.
Come on, can we jam my hands together for you? What a powerful episode. Come on, celebrate yourself. I will see you in October. October edition, you are coming. Come on, come on. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope you enjoyed yourself in today's MindTalk episode. If you did, can I see your hands up? I know I did personally, and I learned a lot, like not connecting to other people's hotspots. So I have a couple of announcements very quickly. 2 minutes, I'm done, out of your face. Akintomiwa Abolade, who is the alumni president at SQI College of ICT, is currently transitioning into another organization. So I need to look to the camera because this information is for some of our alumni, right? He's transitioning from Deutsche Bank, currently vice president engineering at Deutsche Bank in the United Kingdom, and is looking for a replacement from SQI. So if you're a senior software engineer with the Java tech stack and you feel like you're not earning up to £360,000, that's roughly about 60 million naira, you might want to, I think so, with 2,000 naira rate per month, 60 per month, yeah. So if you feel like you're not earning up to that and you're up for the role, you can kindly reach out to me and then we'll get you connected. Like I said, it's not for you that you're just learning HTML, but it's an encouragement for you that when that new person that they are bringing in maybe wants to transition and get a better role, they may be looking for someone like you to replace. So very, very important announcement. The second announcement is that we conducted our post-UTME screening on Friday, which was 6th of September. And we had a lot of other applicants. It always happens like that every single time we do this. We get people after we've taken the post-UTME exam say that they want to still take it. And what that means is that if you take the post-UTME exam, you can come into SQI College of ICT and enroll for the NID program. With the NID program, you get admission into any university of your choice, and you start from 200 level direct entry. So if you have anybody that is still interested in this, or somebody missed out on this, ensure that you let them know that the management has opened up another opportunity and the next post-UTME screening will be coming up Friday, September 27, 2024. So I'll call that again, Friday, September 27, 2024 by 10 a.m. They can come to learn computer software engineering, computer hardware engineering with a lot of options. Some of the options are displayed here. You can come learn web application development, native application development, cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, robotics engineering, networks and system engineering, and a lot more. If you want to get more information about this, you can directly go to edu.sqi.ng/NID, or you can reach out to the admission office line that is also displayed here. The next announcement is for level 2 JavaScript students. Your instructor said that you will be meeting tomorrow for your classes at the usual time at the usual venue. However, you should ensure that you finish up with your assignments before tomorrow. And finally, classes will continue immediately after MindTalk. I'd like to use this moment to thank every single person that came in physically. You can give yourself a round of applause again. A huge thank to you for coming to the MindTalk edition program. A huge thank to everybody that is online as well, those from the Dugbe campus. This population that you are seeing here is only about 1/3 or 1/4 of everybody watching MindTalk right now. We have people from the Oshogbo campus, the Dugbe campus, the Warroad campus, the Abeokuta campus, the Challenge campus, and every other campus, Oshogbo campus. Thank you very much for joining in. Until the next time that we see you again, have an amazing day ahead and ensure to stay safe. Again, don't connect to anybody's hotspots that you don't know. Thank you so much.